Hello everyone, so I'm going live today for a conversation with Eco-Alf and for a panel organized by Fashion for Oceans. So we are celebrating today our oceans. It was on the, here you go, super on time. Hi Carolina. So today we're going to have Carolina. Hello my dear, look at me.
Love it.
How
Fantastic
are
cup,
you?
Eva. I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you. So I was explaining what we are doing today. We are celebrating our oceans and the important role of it in our life and in our environment. And what we are doing with Fashion for Oceans is having panels and with, change makers people like you are and like Eco-Alf and me, I try to do my best. That are trying to inspire people in their everyday actions and to be more sustainable towards the ocean. So thank you so much for accepting my invitation and and be today with me.
Thank you for thinking of us and bringing us along with this fantastic platform.
Yeah. It's been like they had so many panels and they were super interesting because people don't really know what's going on apart the fact that our oceans are invaded by plastic and but we can do so much and I think we are really making a change here. So when they asked me like who would you like to talk with about the oceans, I was like I have only one answer. I really have to to speak about Eco-Alf and really to speak more about what they're doing, which is amazing, and that I'm inspired every day. And we will talk about this yellow cup later because it's another innovation you are bringing to the market, which I think it's incredible. So. Just for the newcomers, what's going on, like what is the story about Eco-Alf? Like the whole brand was inspired by cleaning the oceans, right?
Yeah, I mean, Eco-Alf really to for all the audience out there, to give you a quick introduction. It all started back in 2009, so now we're celebrating our 10 years in the industry, and it all started with Javier Goyeneche, whom you know, Eva,
The
our president and
founder.
founder, and he was frustrated with the amount of natural resources we're using in the planet in a very irresponsible way. So he wanted to create something, a truly sustainable fashion brand. The most sustainable was to stop using natural resources. So recycling for us was the best option. Always, if we were able to create this new generation of recycled products with the same quality and design as the best non-recycled. I think
Absolutely.
that's very important, and I think that's something you can relate to as well with Gooders, no?
Absolutely.
So it has to look good, it has to fit good, and it also has to be good for the planet. So for us, for the people, for the planet.
And then you feel good as well, so you have something in return because
exactly. So it goes back to something that we're saying very often now, is that fashion is more than just looking good. It's about doing what's right and feeling good about it. And now I think after what we've been through, which has been extraordinary, I think we've come to realize, how important it is to treat things well, to do things responsibly, and to do things coherently.
Absolutely. I think even this horrible crisis and horrible, lockdown we've been through in a way helped us, really to shift in our, consciousness and, realize what is really important. And we really have to take care of our environment because, I mean, it's where we live and what we are going to leave to our childs and grandchild. So it's super important.
Super. And so this all started back in 2009, and today, after several innovations and investment in technology, we have developed over, I would say, 400 fabrics using recycled plastic bottles, recycled fishing nets, recycled tires, coffee, cotton, wool. So at the end, Eco-Alf is innovation and is design, and it's
Yes.
all on the base of sustainability.
How it does like work exactly? Because when I on Instagram I put this caption like we turn waste into beautiful garments, and people are like, yeah, of course. Like
it sounds easy, no?
Yeah, they probably thought I was going to wear like some, you know, I don't know, bottles or something crazy on myself. But you really collect thanks to like the fishermen play a big roles
Yes.
in all
Yes.
these in all these chains. So you really collect the trash from the ocean. So what it does exactly happen from you know
How it all happens, no?
yeah.
So this all starts with this is the project Upcycling the Oceans, which started in 2015 with a fisherman that invited Javier to go on a boat and see the amount of waste that gets trapped in the nets every time they fish.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is something that we didn't know, but around what you see in the ocean is a very little part of the amount of waste there is. 80% of the marine debris is at the bottom of the ocean. Wow. So what we see is that the fishermen, they're 12 hours in the sea, they leave at 4 a.m., they come back at 4 p.m., and they collect all these fish. But when they pull up the nets, there is a huge amount of waste, not just plastic, but things you wouldn't even believe, no? And unfortunately, this goes back into the water. So this is where we said, okay, we have to find a way to bring back all this waste that we're already collecting. So we put some containers on their boats and in the port. So every time they're fishing, they put all the waste in the containers. Yeah. When they reach the ports, they throw it into the containers of the ports, and then we collect it every week. And we classify the type of waste. Eco-Alf then stays with the plastic bottles, and the rest of the types of waste are then recycled. So then for us, this is where the innovation comes in, no? It then goes through a quality control, because you can imagine the plastic bottle at the bottom of the ocean is quite damaged compared to one floating. Yeah. And it goes through this process where it's cleaned, it turns into flakes, into pellets, into filament, and then the yarn to create the fabric and turn it into the sneaker, no? Or the travel collection, or the different products that we try to develop, products that have a purpose, that have a timeless design, and that are developed with the recycled materials to ensure that there is a water, there is CO2 emissions, and there is energy minimized in the consumption aspect.
That's just magic.
I mean, what's amazing is the fishermen, really, because nothing of this would be possible without them. They are the ones, we call them our ocean heroes. Sure. They're the ones doing this voluntarily. They're not being paid. This is Upcycling the Ocean started in Spain with 3 fishermen that were worried with the state of the oceans.
Where did this start? In Thailand? I don't remember. Which country are you?
Yeah. A year later, we received a call from the government of Thailand, and we replicated the project in 5 islands in Thailand. And amazing, what's really nice there is that it's not just the fishermen, but also the scuba divers and the beach volunteers. So it's a collaboration amongst all the people that have a direct relation with the ocean, see the dramatic state of the ocean, and want to help, no? But I think, I mean, today we have over 3,000 fishermen. We've taken out 500 tons of waste. We are expanding to
Did you launch Greece?
Mediterranean. Yes, we launched Greece a month ago, and now we are working towards Italy. We've been having long conversations in Italy, in France. We would like to do the whole Mediterranean sea, and work with thousands and thousands of fishermen, and clean the Mediterranean Sea and give life to something that was waste, that was at the bottom of the ocean, and that nobody was going to take out, no? So that's the big aim.
That's really amazing. So then you transform this in a beautiful collection. We know, I mean, I know Eco-Alf very well, and you are doing an amazing job. You are just not, you know, doing like lame t-shirts or sweat t-shirt or like tote bag. Like it's a full collection of goodies, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think what's important for us is to always think, what do we really need? No,
Exactly.
it's not so much the quantity or to have categories of everything, but what do we really need, and how can we empower and habilitate our consumer to help them to have a sustainable lifestyle.
Absolutely.
So this is why you have your fantastic hat.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but this is why we like to make products that have a purpose. And
Absolutely.
obviously invest a lot in the quality to make sure that the life cycle of the product is the longest possible. Because for us, quality is a synonym of durability, which at the end is sustainability.
Absolutely. Like when I started to work in sustainability, like my first questions was like there is a big gap between beautiful, fashion, high-end designs and the sustainable design. So like with my community gooders, I'm really trying to make these two things like join together in the same products, in the same brand. And I think, Eco-Alf perfectly, embrace the two things, beautiful and meaningful, right? and also with the, sorry to interrupt you, but also with gooders, like what I try to make people understand, it's like that they have everyone, like every choice you make, everything you buy, every decision in your lifestyle, it's really like we say a vote for the future you want to live in. And this is very important. Like every single one of us has an important role in the fashion industry, in the environment, in the future, when you choose what to buy, what to eat, how to travel. So, and probably what to buy, it's the most important, because it's the consumption that has been destroying our planet.
I think every decision, no, that we make matters. I think sometimes we think, well, it's just a tiny, but it's not a tiny decision. I think every single decision makes the difference, and actually, I think from a brand standpoint, we have a huge responsibility. But as you were saying, from a consumer standpoint, also a big responsibility.
Absolutely.
And I think this is key, no? So I was wondering, Eva, with you for Gooders, how do you communicate with your customers or with your audience?
Yeah, oh, thank you so much for asking. So basically, we try to make all this sustainability look fun in a way, like you really have to enjoy the process of being good, of being sustainable. It's not about guilty shopping. It's not like about feeling guilty and then you to buy this to wash your soul or something. No, it's really about, if you do good, you look good, or like if you buy good, you feel good, and it's all connected. So I really try to have a very light and very engaging tone of voice, like and also it's really important because sometimes people are a little bit scared about sustainability, because it's a big thing, and they're like, oh my god, I'm not sustainable at all, so I could never be a sustainable person. But it's like every single step matters. So of course sometimes you have to fly, but maybe you fly to stay somewhere for a longer period of time, or maybe then when you are back in your city, you take the bicycle, you take the stairs instead of the elevator. So it's really important to as sustainable as possible, as soon as possible. This is the Gooders Manifesto about sustainability, because I want people not to be scared about that you have to be sustainable 100%, which is not possible. Not even me, come on, like not it's but like every single day I try to do something new. Yesterday I tried the new I love nail polish, and so I was like, okay, I cannot give up on nail polish, so I'm trying like a new natural one. Then I had to go into the internet and look for it. So I know it's
And
a
you
very
found one.
and I found one. So it's about getting formed, as we were talking, like we have as brands, or as influencers, whatever, change makers, and we really have to answer to people's questions. And I really like want people to ask more questions. Like on my Instagram, I receive so many questions about people that are like, oh, but this is not really sustainable. Oh, but no, this is very sustainable. Of course, but like even about the nail polish, I was intrigued about like if there was a natural nail polish, because people were like, oh, but your nails in the like the whole color of the oh, like in rainbow colors, they're not really sustainable. I'm like, actually you're right. Let me see if there's like an alternative. And because people want still to look good, to enjoy fashion. For example, like this hat, I think this is the most like fashionable and exciting thing for the summer. And it's in a pretty colors. It has a nice message, like I'm on a mission because there is no planet B. And tell me about this. I was super surprised. Like it's a special fabric that
This is so in very simple words, it cleans the air. So
that's fantastic.
it's the latest innovation that we've introduced. So we're collaborating with Puretti, who is an American supplier who actually worked with the NASA. And basically,
wow.
we're coating the caps with this product, which is invisible. And it has two benefits. One of them, which is very relevant for now, is that it kills 99.9% of virus and bacteria.
Wow.
And the one that's really, to me, amazing is that it purifies the air, because of there is a photocatalytic treatment. And basically, in simple ways, to not get technical, the solar energy, once it hits the fabric in your cap, it starts to purify the air. Wow. So this is actually one of the 5 measures in Europe that are going to help against air pollution.
Okay, wow.
So for us, it's very important, no, to take a commitment, to take our part of protecting our environment, the universe, the planet, the people, trying to bring in these innovations that are not just to use during one specific season, but to really help in the long term, and help the cities and our urban areas where we live. So so we started with the caps.
Yeah.
And
this is like for the fall winter you have more. Super excited.
And for winter we have identified with the products that are most exposed to sun, basically. So that's why the cap was perfect. Sneakers are also great, backpacks. So whatever absorbs the most sun will be part of this technology to purify the air. So very excited, actually.
That's so beautiful.
Collaborations are very important. No, I think that's also the way forward. And
absolutely.
And innovation is what really helps us, to get into the next stage, to improve and to become better, and to do things differently with absolutely a impact.
But I mean, you're right. Like cooperation, I think it has to be like the base of our model nowadays. Because like even what we are doing today, and all the panel that are going on fashion for oceans, it's really about this. Like people just sharing what they know about new technology, or about the different things, and so that everyone can take a little piece from there, give it back. So it's really important. As we were talking, like the model has to change, right? To we cannot keep recycling.
we cannot, and I think we've seen it now, and it's important to find a balance. No, I think we've seen that Earth is super smart and can regenerate so fast and so easily when we have our hands tied and there is nothing we can do. So I think it's about changing that model.
Yes.
It's not just one part of your business; it has to be the holistic approach and the core of the business, and to find a balance between our needs, our future needs, as we were saying at the beginning, and the planet's health, because otherwise we're going to destroy this planet for us and for our kids. So we need to.
This is so
we
important.
need to all move together, and we need to all be aligned and move towards this balance. and we can do it.
Absolutely.
That's the best part. We just need to all be on the same
Exactly, we can do it, because some people are just so discouraged. They're like, oh, there's nothing to do. I mean, it's a disaster. They just see, bad news on TV. No, we can do
there is hope.
something.
Yeah.
So that's really important to, and even before closing our live, I just want to give a few tips for this summer coming.
For the summer, because I think that's something that people can take away super easily.
Absolutely.
And we can all start doing from tomorrow.
Exactly. Especially, I mean,
summer.
We are all probably going to be by the sea at some point, so we are really going to be in touch with our ocean, with our water. So I think it's really important, like the smallest gesture, it's important also because people look at you and they're going to do the same. So the most simple one, when you see, trash and plastic on a beach or anywhere, just collect it, and people are going to look at you like, oh my God, you are collecting, someone else's trash. Yes, because it's, it's on my planet.
It doesn't belong there. If you see it and it doesn't belong there, it's good to
and people are really going to be inspired. I have these funny hearings from a girl in one of the Italian islands that she just collect with the fish nets in the plastic bottles, and she transformed them into funny rings, and and she inspires so many people. So basically what she's telling me is that people, when they go out with a boat or they go to the beach, then they collect all the plastic and they bring it to her.
And that creates these amazing accessories.
Exactly. And then probably something else, as we were saying, we cannot just keep on collecting trash, but just, bring your water bottle and don't use plastic. I know it's a little bit of an effort because you have to go, you don't have fountains everywhere. I hope you are going to have in the future, but right now I just go, to the nice guy at the coffee place and ask to refill my bottle, or I just, smile at someone and at the restaurant and ask to refill my bottle. And I have to say, the reaction every time, I was very surprised. It's not just, I can't. They're like, oh my God, you're so good. You just bring your own bottle. That's really nice to do, blah, blah, blah. So, people are ready for a change. And
yeah. I think especially now, I think this will accelerate, hopefully, this needed change, and we need to as change makers or eco warriors, or however we want to call it, we need to inspire and help as much as we can and continue to raise awareness. So I think
absolutely
these types of lives, thank you again for inviting Eco-Alf. I think
no
they're a great way
thank you so much
to connect.
And absolutely. And yes, thank you so much. We are going to keep following all the beautiful and inspiring things that you are doing. And thank you so much for being with me today. And have a beautiful summer.
You too, and to everybody as well.
Thank you, Carolina. Ciao. Speak soon. Ciao, ciao, ciao.